Yes, I did end up seeing this movie, but I didn't really have a choice. I'm in this camp, and there's some very young children in the camp, and we go to the movies every year, so we had to find a family friendly movie, and it was either The Smurfs 2 or this movie. And if you give me a chance not to see Smurfs 2, I'm gonna take it. So, yes, I saw Planes, and this is my review. I would like to point out that this movie is not done by Pixar. It's produced by John Lasseter, but it's really just made by Disney. They try to make it seem like it's by Pixar by saying in the trailers and everything, from the world of Pixar's Cars, but if you look on the poster, it only says Disney. Another thing I'd like to point out was this movie was supposed to go directly to DVD, but for some reason they thought it was good enough to put on the big screen. Those are a few reasons why I wasn't really looking forward to this movie. But as I sat down in the theater, I realized that this movie is not good. At all. Now, I need to give more in-depth reasons on why I didn't like this movie, so let's get into the plot and characters. Our main character in the movie is Dusty Crophopper. He's a crop dusting plane, go figure, who dreams of competing in a famous aerial race. The only problem is he's hopelessly afraid of heights. When I first heard that, I was a little confused. I thought that made no sense because if you want to be a famous aerial racer but you're afraid of heights, it doesn't really make any sense to me. That's like a person who wants to be a great swimmer but is afraid of the water. But in the movie, they make it clear that he's not used to flying that high, so I was able to buy it a little more. He has some friends along the way that helps him train to make his dreams come true. I don't think I'm spoiling this from the trailers and everything. He makes it in the race, and he meets some new friends along the way. These friends include this Mexican plane, which is Dusty's best friend in the race, which I thought was Italian for the longest time, but I just might be uncultured and stupid, and many other culture planes from all different cultures, including this weird French Canadian-ish one. I don't know, I found her kind of odd. And the main villain of this movie is Rip Slinger, according to this poster that I'm looking at right now. I didn't catch what country he was from, but does not want to get beaten by a farm boy, according to him. Yeah, he's one of those kind of villains. And he actually goes out of his way to cheat and and physically cause harm to Dusty just so he doesn't win. I found that a little too much, but that's just me. And he also has these cronies that always follow him around. I didn't catch if they were in the race, but they always flew beside him, so I'm assuming that they are, but they're just like, yeah, man, and they're just so stupid, and I did not like them at all. I guess my main problem with the movie is it's really uninteresting. Like, the story's boring and cliche, the characters I couldn't care less about, the animation looked nice, but it just wasn't enough to satisfy me. The jokes didn't land, the dialogue was flat, and all around, it was just a really weak children's movie, and we know that children's movies can be really good sometimes. Like, even earlier this year with Monsters University, Despicable Me 2, Toy Story 3 going back a few years back, and Planes just didn't deliver at all, and I was very disappointed. Well, I wasn't actually disappointed because I knew it was going to be like that, but overall, it was just very underwhelming for me. So my grade for Planes is a D+. I was going to give it a D, but I just decided to give it the benefit of the doubt and just gave it the highest grade possible. See if you must, but don't expect too much from it, and overall, just skip this movie. On an unrelated note, it was nice to see Colin Cowherd in the movie as Colin Cowling, see the pun, and I really enjoyed hearing his voice, but the design of the blimp was so weird and so, ugly, I just decided to close my eyes and just picture he was there instead. Speaking of puns, I'm going to see Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 next, and I will review that next, so look out for that. And I certainly hope it's better than Planes, because Planes are just... So I'm Leah, and I'm signing out. Peace.